Hello everyone. Let's get started with the new topic, which is neural network, and we'll see what is neural network, how much they're important in data science. So let's quickly get started. Introduction to neural networks, which is AKNN. The neural network are a fundamental concept in data science inspired by the structure and functions of the human brain. They are composed of interconnected nodes that possesses and transfer information, enabling the recognition of patterns and relationships in data, which means a neural network is inspired by the human brains and in which our brain the nerves are connected to each other for the information, for whatever stimulus, reaction, action. It is definitely inspired by that, and it helps in recognition of patterns in the data sets, in the high dimension of data, and the relationship between data and the variables and tuning of hyperparameters and so much. Then what is the key components? There are few key components, which is the first input layer, which receives the raw data from the environment, like the sensors or the survey or whatever data sets. Then we have the hidden layer, which processes the input layer data, and from it, it recognizes the patterns and insights. Then we have output layer, which produces the final prediction or the classification based on the processed data, which provided by the hidden layer. Then we have connections, which is the dense interconnected nodes for the transmission of data between each other. Then from this diagram, we can easily understand like we have the first input layer in which the data has been taken from environment or other sources like sensors, organized data which is present on the online survey and whatnot. Then we have multiple hidden layers. We can have one hidden layer or multiple hidden layer based on how much value we want from the output layer. In the last we have output layer. The types of neural network we have feed forward, feed backward, and deep learning. Feed forward means data flows only in one direction from input to output without feedback loop, which means we cannot go back. We can just travel in one direction from in forward direction, which means from the input layer to output layer. Then we have the RNN, which is the recurrent neural network. Unlike feed-forward neural network, RNN includes feedback connections, allowing them to process into a loop-like fashion. So it can also travel forward and backward in a loop-like fashion. So it is really very helpful in major high-dimensional pattern recognitions. Then we have deep learning networks. It has multiple hidden layers, enable the network to learn complex representation and patterns. So from deep learning, we can gain insights from the complex models. Then we have what is the applications of NN in data science. First is the pattern recognition. Pattern recognition such as images, speech, text, facial recognitions. Neural network definitely helps in such kind of models and projects. Then we have classification. Networks can be trained to classify data into predefined categories such as spam and non-spam emails. Then we have regression, which can predict the continuous values like stock market price or weather forecast. Then we have clustering, in which it can group similar kind of data together. Then we have also challenges and limitation in the NN, which is overfitting, which means it gets too specialized on the training data set but fails to generalize the new data sets. Then underfitting, which means our modelers or network is too simple that is failing to capture the important aspect of our data. Then we have the interpretability, in which neural network can be difficult to understand and interpret, making it challenging to identify the most important features or relationships. So thank you for this video. I hope you guys have understood the concept and what is the basics of neural network and why it is used. So let's see in the next video. Bye bye.